Hello there, Sarrano from 17 once again, bringing you the final act and the final chapter of my Bulletstorm very hard difficulty video walkthrough. And this is Act 7, Chapter 2, I Don't Hold You Accountable. And the first thing I'm going to say about this entire level is it's inside a ship and there's a ton of enemies, and these enemies are a lot tougher than the enemies we've fought so far. But there is one major downfall to this entire level, and that is there is roofs in every area. So if you have your thumper fully upgraded and you have plenty of thumpers, you will win every single one of these rooms with ease. And all you have to do is this, because it is gonna rape everybody, and you can spam it because there's plenty of shops and every single room is full of dudes and there's low roofs in every room and you can just rape people. It really is a difficult section made easy because of level design. And there's going to be rooms where you've got to defend stuff and you've got waves of guys coming for you and just ridiculous amounts of enemies, but the thumper is just too powerful for them. So if you ever find yourself struggling, use it. I'm going to use it a lot, but I'm not going to use it every single time. The reason for that is I didn't realise how effective it was and how dangerous these rooms were when it comes to using the thumper until I did it in Echoes mode after I made this guide. And these dudes are like clone soldiers and they're really tough, they take a massive beating, so the thumper is definitely the way to go. And once you kill everybody in this room, the door opens up and a ton of more guys come in, so if you thump once again, you'll get another ton of kills. It's not even funny how easy this level is if you're using the thumper. But I did it the old-fashioned way, shooting dudes. I would definitely tell your guys to just thump and thump away because it's unbelievable. I mean, watch this. Dude's just getting sprayed. There's nothing they can do. Nothing at all. And then when this door opens, it's another room where you can use thumper and kill a ton of guys. It's unbelievable. I'm actually contemplating doing a walkthrough to the Echoes mode and how to get 3 stars on every video. The only problem with it is I did every single one first try, so I don't know if that's going to be something that people are going to need or is going to be that useful because they don't seem to be too challenging. And obviously I'm not talking about getting ridiculous scores because there's people that are probably going to be pushing 20 and 30,000 points on each of them, and I was getting nowhere near those amounts. I was just getting the 3 stars. But who knows, it all depends on the reception that this Bulletstorm guide gets when I advertise it on True Achievements, on Xbox 360 achievements and stuff, and try and get myself a little bit more traffic. But like I say, if you keep using the thumper you're going to get a ton of points and it facilitates you to buy more thumpers, and it will make this the simplest part of the game. So when in doubt, thump away. And right now if you crouch down and you press this button, you can eject them into space, and if you stand up and you leash one of them into the force fields, you will get one of the more elusive kill shots, which is called Force something, or Forced, which is the second to last kill shot I needed to get every single one of them. But once you've ejected them through, move forward, and it's literally this, it is corridor to corridor full of those military dudes that take an absolute pounding, and unfortunately Thumper rapes them in the face. So keep pushing forward, and you'll be happy to know there is no conventional boss fight at the end of this. For anybody that's struggling or not enjoying the game, it's a bit of a shame that you don't fight a big boss. It's kind of a cop-out if you ask me, because you kill the last boss in a quick time event, which is a little lame, but you know, there's been some good bosses along the way and it's been a really fun game, so I'm not going to shit on it for that. So you lift Trishka up there, and then it's you and Ishi now for the remainder of the level. And this is a slightly slower section because you have to find a way forward, and it involves Ishi electrocuting himself and Grey saying some of the most ridiculous and poorly written lines ever.
Yeah, yes, she's that type. Sorting out the console. Worth a try.
Here he goes.
See yourself when you do that. You look like a damn goof. I got the door open. Yeah, well, you got the door open looking like a damn goof.
And it's one of those where not everything can be funny, apparently, because that really wasn't. And this is weird, this section, because you run forward, you go in this elevator, The elevator leads you out into a square room, and then you run into another elevator. It's like the level design's been so interesting thus far, and then they throw this at you. It's like, what? What are they achieving with this point here? It's just like, is this a loading screen, but they've put gameplay on it instead to try and disguise the fact it's loading? Really confusing. But when you come out of that, you're going to see Trishka kick that dude through the doorway, and then this door's going to open, and it's going to be tons of dudes. So once again, thump, 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 straight into the roof. And look at that. Dudes just drop dead. And to my right now, you can eject those guys into space, and it's another opportunity to get the forced skill shot if you need it, which is just as soon as those electrical fields come up over the front, you need to pull somebody into it. Do you see the fields there, the lines? They're the ones you have to electrocute people with. And if you're sitting here, they will be ejected into space, you'll get a nice bonus, and none of them can shoot you. And then when you turn this corner, if there's more than one enemy left, I would advise thumping them into the roof, but the next room coming up has a ton of enemies, and each of them is susceptible to the thump, so save your thumpers for that room. Because this dude's a pussy, but as soon as you kill him, I think the door at the bottom opens up, and there's another bit of a corridor with dudes in it. So let's have a see. So it goes green, it means dudes are coming. Yeah, here they come. And I kind of fucked up then with my flail gun. You could have probably, if you'd have stood straight on with the doorway, as soon as it opened you could have fired a charge shot and killed a ton of dudes, but like I said, this playthrough is not perfect. This is not me showing you how to get the most points, and I didn't handle that situation as best as I could. But when you're moving through this next corridor, if you thump, you'll kill everybody in the room. And look how much fucking bullets these wankers take. I really don't like this enemy. And as you can see, he can use the charge move on the carbine, and if that hits you, it will put you to 1 bullet away from death, so be very careful. You cannot take 2 charge shots, you will die. And I've picked up this minigun so I can mop up some dudes. I say that and they're mopping me up. But look how low this ceiling is. If you thump in this room, you're just going to devastate everything. It's just going to be no competition, but instead I go the chain gun route and just destroy dudes with this. And this room we're entering into now is the last room of the game. Aside from the little escaping section that's after you kill the last boss, but this is pretty much the last room of this level, should I say. And what's going to happen is, there's a ton of guys in here, and there's 2 guys on turrets on a balcony. And once you kill everybody in the room and you kill the turret guys, you go up to where the turrets are, and Ishi starts hacking the door. As soon as he starts hacking the door, waves of enemies are going to come to try and stop you. And the best thing to do is hit them with the thumper. And if you run out of thumpers, pick up the chain gun, because the chain guns, there's 2 of them to use, and they're both super powerful, and you'll get to murder dudes for a good 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how long it lasts. But before you go in this room, if you don't want to use your thumper, use your sniper, use whatever you've got, and just clean up all the dudes. It's not very challenging, it's just these soldiers take a lot of hammer, so you really need to be hitting them with your power weapons. And I've no idea what the flail's doing here, because it's just flat out failing me again. But sprayed that dude, and as soon as you come up here, there's 2 guys standing there, and if I'd have used the secondary function right then, I'd have killed them both, but unfortunately... I mean, look at this fucking gun, man. It doesn't fire where you aim it, it's ridiculous. But anyhow, oh, these guys take too much bullets. This is like Killzone shit, this. But he comes up here, he starts hacking, and if you grab the leftmost turret, you can come over here, use these boxes as cover, and you can shoot directly at the door where they enter. But be careful, because once you kill the waves of enemies coming in through that door, the door to my right, that's on this elevated section, will open, and about 6 dudes will attack you. And if you don't shoot them first or get into cover, they'll kill you very quickly. So, mow these guys down with the chain gun, try not to overheat it, or you'll be in a bit of trouble. There I go, overheating it and getting in a little trouble. But just mop dudes up, keep shooting. This thing's about to run out, so I'm probably going to thump the rest of these guys. And bear in mind, you can thump through the crate, so if you stand here and thump, you'll be fully safe, and you'll be able to take dudes down. But I'm going for the chain guns, so I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. But I am telling you right now, thump, thump, thump. If you use thumper in this room, everybody dies. And I was still in the mentality of saving them because they're expensive, and this is the end of the game, so you don't have to do it really. And it just makes it a lot easier. And as soon as she talks, the door behind you opens, and then these enemies rush in. So you need to spin around and kill them, because if you don't, they will kill you so quickly it's unbelievable. And I can't believe that I'm handling this room without thumping. What the fuck am I doing? Come on. There we go, that's got to be a thump. Way. And look at that. You could get so many points in this room if you did nothing but thump. It's unbelievable. But sounds like the door's pretty much done, and we're coming to the end of the game. All that's left to do is encounter Sarrano, do the quick time event, and then get the hell out of Dodge, which is a pretty interesting timed section coming up, where we have to run through the wreckage and get to an escape pod. It's not too challenging, it's just one of those things where you have to get lucky, because if you don't get lucky, you get dead pretty quick, and unless you kill every enemy, you're not going to be able to run past many. I managed to do it my first time though, so I'm sure you guys shouldn't have any problems, and the next video coming up is that entire run, so I hope it helps, and I hope you've enjoyed the guide so far. One more video to go, nearly done, so you take care now.
I cannot stop it. Do not make me do this. I don't hold you.